What's up, fight fans? Welcome to Mr. Mustache MMA News. Today, I want to discuss last Saturday's main event between Ilia Topuria and Charles Oliveira. But before we get into it, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button to continue getting more MMA content by yours truly. Help the channel grow. All right, guys, getting right into it. Ilia Topuria knocks out Charles Oliveira to become the official lightweight champion, the UFC, making double champ status. I mean, he relinquished his 45 belt, so I mean, two weight class or two division champion, right? And exactly what I was talking about last week, he had an opportunity because the UFC, they're missing a big star here, right? They just don't have anybody right now who can help carry the company. Alex Pereira did it all of last year. He could only do it for so long. He's already in his late 30s. He's taken damage. He's had the miles. He was very active. Now he's taken the time off, and really there has been a lack of star power in the UFC. And Topuria really had that opportunity, and he completely capitalized on it on Saturday, UFC 317, flatlining Charles Oliveira. It has now put himself, I mean, he's 17-0. He hasn't lost. Well-rounded as fuck. Great wrestling. Extremely phenomenal power. His boxing's phenomenal. I don't even think he's thrown a single head kick in his UFC career. He keeps it to the basics, keeps it simple, and annihilates his opponents with almost ease. It's wild to see the run that this man has been on. I mean, you could say that he, I don't know about surpass Conor. I think maybe one more fight because Conor never defended any of his belts. But, I mean, you could easily say, I mean, just these last three fights alone, Volk, Max, and now Charles, and the way that he's done it, he's made it look easier. This guy, I mean, he's just a couple fights away from being pound for pound Mount Rushmore GOAT list. Mighty Mouse said something that I completely agree with. Probably 3 more fights if he wins them all. He's going to retire. I agree. You know, I don't think he's going to go the Conor McGregor route and go to boxing right away and then just leave and then try and come back when it's too late. You know, I think he's going to do probably 3 or 4 more fights and retire. Maybe do a boxing match. I can definitely see that happening. But I think El Matador, you know, went out there and showed that, I mean, he is the next superstar. And while we have him, because I don't think it's going to be forever, I think he's a smart guy. Get in, get out. But I think he's going to, I agree with Mighty Mouse. I think 3 or 4 more fights, if they go how they should go for him, that will be it. And with what's next, right? Paddy went into the octagon. Now, you want to sell fights? Yeah, that makes the most sense. There's a history there. Paddy is on a very legitimate streak, massive for lightweight. It kind of makes sense, but you have the true number 1 in Arman Tsarukyan. But the thing is with Arman, he has a habit of not showing up. He gets booed out of his fights. But everybody knows, the true fans know, that really is the number 1 contender at the moment. And already with Dricus, there was a video that came out, I think it was today, that he accidentally leaked out that Gaethje and Paddy is more or less signed for UFC 319, which is why Dana was probably so pissed that they let Paddy into the octagon as it is. That would make sense. But, like, I'm the type of guy, if the fight makes sense and you can get it now, do it. Because you might not ever get the opportunity again if something happens. MMA is such a crazy fucking sport, right? Like, let's say Topuria goes out there and flatlines Arman, and Paddy gets the fight with Gaethje. I know I'm playing with MMA math, which doesn't work, but I'm always like, it's like, we did not get the heavyweight boxing matches that we should have got between Fury, Joshua, Wilder, when they should have happened, right? Now, we did get Wilder and Fury, right? But, like, there were so many matchups that we should have got during their primes that just never fucking happened. And because they tried to milk out whatever they could before they actually had those big fights. But then people like Joshua ended up losing. And I don't want to see that here with... Put the charger on. I don't want to see that here with Paddy and Gaethje. What if Gaethje goes out and flatlines Paddy, and then we never see Ilia Topuria versus Paddy? it's just I think it's a fight we need to see. There's a storyline there. There's the beef there. There's history there, and I'd like to see it. I think with the streak that Patty's on, and I think if Ilia calls for it, I think it makes fucking sense. But Arman is really the true number one contender who does technically deserve the title shot, right? And as for Gaethje, he is coming off the win with Fiziev, but I just don't think that that's enough to earn the title shot after getting flatlined by Max the way that he did, and after losing to Charles the way he did, and the way that he lost to Khabib. Now, I mean, obviously those names, right? Fucking crazy names, but I think with that track record against guys who haven't had those opportunities yet, you know, I think Gaethje has to have a little bit more of a streak to show that he's really still there. Even though Fiziev was a killer, and it was a very impressive performance by Gaethje, I think it was UFC 313. So nonetheless, but I that's what I want to see with Patty. As for Charles, right? I mean, whatever he wants to do. Whatever he wants to do. We can even ideally, I know it's, I like to talk about rematches, but I'd like to see a rematch with him and Dariush. Now that Dariush got the big victory over Moicano, I would like to see that fight happen. But as for Charles, I mean, he doesn't even have to fight anymore. The guy's, his legacy is completely cemented, and there's nothing else that he has to do. He's I mean, what he did just to become champion in the first place, unprecedented, unparalleled, and yeah. But nonetheless, what a main event. We have Ilia Topuria, who is now the star of the UFC, you know, and now he does it with very minimal talking. Straight up supervillain. He's doing it with straight up spectacular performances. So I know he's the bad guy, but I want to see how far this guy can take it, man. Because Topuria, even he's one of the greatest combat sports athletes we've ever seen. All right, guys, that's going to do it for today. Love to hear your guys' thoughts on last Saturday's main event. That's going to do it for today, guys. Mr. Mustache, MMA news out. Let's fucking go, fight fans.